Hi, welcome back to the EV Life podcast. I'm Crystal.
I'm Hannah.
And this is a little bit of a special episode because we're just here to wrap up season 5 of the podcast.
Yeah, this season, we were able to just chat with a lot of amazing experts across Canada who are doing really cool things in the EV space and also just getting some education about, what is happening with EV adoption, what are some misconceptions that are still needing to be addressed, and just getting you the information you're looking for.
So I hope you found the interviews that we did this season and in all past seasons helpful. We covered new topics this season, as Hannah Neal mentioned, like, for example, autonomous EV charging.
Yeah, that was last week's episode. And if you haven't listened to that, we really encourage you to go back and check it out.
Yeah, another one of my, I wouldn't say favorite, I liked all the interviews, but an interesting interview that we did this season was talking to the Norwegian Auto Club. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of like a interesting one for me because we spoke to them in season 1. So back in season 1, we chatted with them around these EV winter tests that they were doing. And AMA, along with the other CAA clubs, actually did a test of our own this year for the very first time. I was there. It was really exciting to be a part of. And then we had another conversation with Norway to see how these tests are doing and just kind of find out how things have evolved in that landscape since we first spoke to them.
Yeah, a little bit earlier on in the season, we had an episode about EV battery fires. And I found that very interesting because you do kind of hear things that come up in the news and you just never know, what the factual information is out there. So we were able to just get some more details about how common they are and how they start. And I just found that interesting.
Yeah, there was some really incredible information there and interesting stats that were being used. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I would definitely recommend checking it out. But yeah, as we said, we covered, new topics this season, things that we haven't discussed in the past. We chatted with someone around second life battery use, which I thought was fascinating and also a really hot button topic because there are a lot of concerns around the batteries. There's a lot that goes into making these batteries, and people are concerned about what happens to them when the car kind of comes to the end of its life or just the battery. And so we got some insight into that. And so just great interviews. I hope you had a chance to listen to all of them. And, we love to hear your thoughts. So in the EV Life group on the AMA mobile app, we're always looking to connect with our listeners and hear your thoughts on the conversations that we're having.
Yeah. And even in the mobile app, we do see a lot of questions come up. And so we encourage you guys to even go back to season 4 and season 3 and season 2 and season 1 and just see if maybe one of your questions have already been answered in a previous episode, because we have now over 50 episodes of, the EV Life podcast out on different topics and talking to different experts. So there is a lot of information out there. You can check it out on our website, on YouTube. And speaking of our website, we also have lots of resources like articles and, web pages that have just a lot of content about EVs that we encourage you to check out because, it's very informational and helpful for people who are looking to just get more information or have their questions answered.
Yes. And I can't believe we have come to the end of another season 5. Incredible. So I thank you to all of our listeners, whether you've been listening to us from season 1 or you recently discovered us. We really appreciate your support and we look forward to connecting with you in the future. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the EV Life podcast. Make sure that you're subscribed so you never miss an episode. And if you'd like to join the conversation, you can always do so in the EV Life group on the AMA mobile app. We'll talk to you in the next episode.